New moon, annular eclipse. This is going to be taking place on June the 10th. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi everybody, this is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, I send you love. So on June the 10th, we will be experiencing a new moon as well as an annular solar eclipse. An annular eclipse occurs when the moon is visually too tiny to completely cover the sun. I want to talk more about this. In yesterday's video, I captioned it, "Light Reveals Itself Within Darkness." And I'm really going to work with what I have here, doing my best. This is all going to be taking place in the sign of Gemini. Both sun and moon are in Gemini. New moons create new opportunities, and anytime there is an eclipse that is associated with a new moon, the energies associated with it are kind of like tripled, the amount of energy. When you look at the sign of Gemini, it signifies mortality and immortality. When you turn it around, let's flip it to a greater understanding. We have human, we have spirit. The human self, our physical body, and the spirit that can flourish within us. Now, before I continue on, I want to add, we never know something until we're actually at that level. We can read all about an experience or knowledge. We can take in all kinds of knowledge. And the brain has the ability to remember that knowledge. But then there is knowledge that is given to you of the experience kind. It takes experience to truly know, to understand certain aspects of life, or life in general. Let me give you an example. A single person will never know what marriage is like until they're married. A woman who's never had a child can never tell you about childbirth. A person who has never really experienced true love can never tell you what true love is all about. This new moon solar eclipse is really about finding truth in that darkness. Your darkness. Your truth resides within the lower levels of everything that you are. If you are unable to really face yourself within that illumination, you are unwilling to say who you truly are. If you don't go through hell, you can't ever come out of it saying you are living within heaven. If you don't lose yourself, you can't be an individual who finds himself. Christ died on the cross. Christ experienced hell. He was sent down to earth to experience a form of his lower self. Complete darkness, feeling abandoned, lost, forsaken, and had to rise from that darkness, illuminated. Somebody who says that they are enlightened, that hasn't experienced their internal demise, is somebody that hasn't defied the ego. And I know I'm getting a little bit off topic of what this new moon eclipse is really about, but I'm kind of not. Because I want to give you an idea about your ascension here. You don't know until you know. I've been able to talk about a lot of things because I'm given information. I've become a channeler for Source to give information on top of my own personal experience. But even though as I'm given information, until I've had my personal experience, it's difficult for me to put two and two together. The only way that I can is intuitively, of course. I do my own research, and I make sense. I make those connections. That's why, kind of like for an example here, I get information for, let me just say for today. I'm giving you this information. It doesn't take place for another X amount of days, or a month, or 2 months down the line. Because it takes me having that personal experience as well, from when it's being foretold to the time that it is given. If you are at a kindergarten level, you don't have any idea about what an ascended master is. You have to work your way through with experience. There's no way that we can become enlightened. There's no way that we can become resurrected. There's no way that we can receive our higher self until we witness our darkness. Our darkness is necessary for us to receive our illumination. And we make a choice about what this illumination is going to be. Can we still defeat our ego as we get closer to this illumination? Can we judge ourselves? Judge yourself. When we think of being judged, we think of kind of nitpicking every single thing. It's being able to really witness ourselves for who we truly are, whether we think it's good or bad, whether others think it's good or bad, and decide what's going to stick and what's going to be released. The ego is going to say someone is enlightened when they are not. And make others believe that they are enlightened, yet there's no proof of that enlightenment. I can read all about the ways of enlightenment. You can read all about the ways of becoming enlightened. But it takes an actual experience of that true reflection, getting deep inside of the darkness. and loving both. I saw a sign on my way home today. There's always time to change your mind according to the path that you are on. And I got to thinking, yeah, we can always change our mind. And I got to thinking a little bit deeper, and I'm like, you know what? That sign could be a little bit wrong, misleading. The path that we are on is exactly where we're supposed to be at every given moment, whether it's good or bad. If it's bad, it's giving us an opportunity to see everything good within our life and to have a greater experience. If it's great already, hopefully we're able to see, even when a negative experience or a bad experience or a change comes along, that we still see the goodness within that. And we're still moving along on the path that we're chosen to be on. The only time that things become wrong, misleading, is when we are allowing that ego to continuously play and say no. Stay where you are. Change is too hard. It's other people's fault. It's not about you, it's about them being wrong. You are right. We are given a chance here throughout this new moon solar eclipse to really see ourselves for who we truly are. Whether it's good or bad. And do something about it. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.